IUCN Green Status of Species. The IUCN Green Status of Species, this was launched in 2012 and later has been integrated with IUCN Red List from 2020 onwards. The first idea, what is this green list of or green status of species? So IUCN releases this red list of species. What does it indicate, the red list of species? The red list indicates the threat levels to the species, how threatened the species are. They can be extinct, they can be critically endangered, vulnerable, near threatened, and so on. So it is based on the threat levels to the species. Now, beyond threat, when you start conservation of the species, say tiger is endangered species now. So we started Project Tiger. That's the conservation efforts. Green status of a species measures how well the conservation is going, how successful the conservation is. So it is purely related to the conservation success. And over here in this case, if you see whole of the spectrum, it is all about recovery. The spectrum, if you see, on one side of the spectrum is fully restored. So this spectrum is from 0 to 100%. If green status of a species that comes out to be 100%, you call it fully restored, that the conservation efforts have been absolutely successful. And on the other extreme of this spectrum is critically depleted. So even after the conservation efforts, there has not been much of the success in that, much of the improvement in the status of the species. So that's the difference between red list of IUCN and green status. Both are IUCNs only. Red list deals with the threat levels to the species, whereas green status measures the conservation efforts, success of the conservation efforts. So over here in this case, what we see effectively is this whole spectrum that I told you. Okay, so there are these categories which are there, 5 categories which I can identify: critically depleted, largely depleted, moderately depleted, slightly depleted, and fully recovered. Now, with respect to fully recovered, what are the conditions? 3 conditions that are taken to announce a full recovery. For declaring a full recovery, first, the species is present across entire historical range. So whatever was the historical range, as of now, the species found all across the range. In every country, in every region, that's first. Second, viable population. Viable population where the extinction risk now becomes 0. The population is sufficient enough to survive now. And the third one, that is performs its historical ecological role, what we call as ecological niche. So the ecological niche, historical ecological niche, that is what it is doing right now. If all these 3 conditions are fulfilled, then you call this species as fully recovered. Now, what was this news all about related to green status of a species? That is the first ever assessment of tiger was released. And sadly now, tiger was declared as critically depleted. The extreme, the other extreme of all of the spectrum. Now, tiger being critically depleted, do not get confused by the success of Project Tiger. Because we say Project Tiger is one of the most successful species conservation projects across the world. But that is with respect to India. In India, the numbers are increasing. But overall, globally, in all the tiger range countries, 13 tiger range countries are there. Okay, and historically, other ones also have been there. In those areas, the number of tigers is depleting only. Eventually, yes, of course. Overall, the number of tigers, if you see, the global number of tigers are increasing only. Okay, the numbers have increased, no doubt in that. But this increase has been all contribution of India only. In all the other regions, we measure it globally. So at the global level, tiger definitely is considered as critically depleted species. But in India, the numbers are increasing. So that's the basic difference. But the idea of green status of a species and the idea of tiger being identified as critically depleted.